Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Chris Porter. I'm the Director of Recruitment for the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences here at Clemson. Here at Clemson, actually right now is my bedroom in Anderson, South Carolina. This is where I've been working for about the past 3 weeks. The session that we're going to have this afternoon is going to talk about the college as a whole, and then we'll focus on our engineering programs, as well as student life, co-ops, internships, study abroad, basically everything we have to offer for our students. Normally, this presentation I am giving in an auditorium to anywhere between 200 to 700 people. I am walking around, pacing back and forth. Honestly, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me today, sitting in a chair and trying to look at a camera. So I apologize if it's not as polished as it should be, but we're here for content today. With me today, we have a couple of staff members from my office. We have Ms. Karen Thompson, who is the Associate Director for the college. Karen, if you want to say any words or hello.
Just hi, welcome everybody. And we've got the chat open, so if you have questions, just chat to us. And if it's a really lengthy question, you can ask and we could open your microphone, but we're going to try to answer most of your questions through the chat feature.
Thank you, Karen. We also have Ms. Cassidy Behringer, who is our graduate assistant. Cassidy, anything you want to say?
I don't have anything super special at the moment, but I also did my undergrad at Clemson. So I've been here for 5 years, or at Clemson for 5 years. So if you have questions about student life apart from general engineering, shoot them my way and I'll get them answered.
Excellent. Thanks, Cassidy. There are also some members of the university's admissions office in here with us. They're going to be helping with the chat session as well. So if you have any admissions questions, you can put them in the chat. Our admissions folks will try to get those answered immediately. If you have any questions when this chat is wrapped up or the session is wrapped up today, feel free to email me. My email, you have it. That's how you heard about the session today. Don't be afraid to send us follow-up questions. With all that being said, I'm going to attempt to share my screen so you can see the session. So this is the building you're looking at is our Watt Family Innovation Center. This is one of the many buildings on campus where we do hold our freshman engineering classes. This is also a collaboration space, maker space. We've got an auditorium in here as well. Just one of the many cool buildings that we have on campus. And here we go. So just a snapshot of what our freshman class looked like this past fall. The university brought in about 4,000 students. About a quarter of those are general engineering students. And if you want a general engineering or any engineering major, general engineering is your only option on the admissions application. You can see the percentages of women and out-of-state students who joined us. Computing-wise, students who want one of our 3 computer science majors, you come directly into the School of Computing, and there you have our demographics as well. We also have a geology major, and that is the applied sciences part of our name. And there you can also see demographics. Test scores there on the right-hand side, those are our median scores. Test scores are not everything, but people always ask, what are your test scores? So 1370 median SAT, 31 on the ACT. We have no preference between SAT or ACT. Send us everything you have. We will filter through all of your scores and find out what's going to work best for you. Currently, admissions does super score on the SAT. They do not on the ACT. Class rank, for those schools that provide a class rank, median top 10% essentially. And if your school does not offer a class rank, that is perfectly fine. The admissions office will work with you. Minority students made up about 15% of our incoming class, and that is within our college. We had 7 student athletes, and a fair amount of first-generation students. So some of you, you might be the first one in your immediate family to go to college. It can be a challenging time. So we're here for you. We're here for all of our students. But some first-gen students don't know what they don't know. That's why we have a great advisement team. So if you are looking at general engineering, there's a common first-year curriculum that you'll be taking before you enter your actual discipline. Now, in the email yesterday, I did include a PDF with some helpful links. This right, that didn't work well. That PDF that includes links. One of those links will send you to the curricula for all of our degree programs. So if you want to see what the 2019-2020 curriculum looks like for the major you're interested in, just click that link. It will send you to our online catalog, and you can see what you're taking every semester throughout your 4 years. But basically the first year, English, calculus, chemistry, physics, engineering classes, and general education classes as well. You're looking at 16 to 15 hours per semester that first year. Everything you take is designed to prepare you for those upper level majors that you move into as a sophomore. And what we're also doing that first year is working with you to help you figure out what major is the right fit for what you're looking for. So some of you might be thinking about transferring credit. Perfectly fine. If you are doing dual education classes while you're still in high school, or if you're a transfer student, we do accept transfer credit. Now, not from every institution and not necessarily every class, but what you can do is send us official transcripts. We have a link on that page I provided that will show you how to submit your transfer work. Ms. Thompson, who introduced herself a little bit earlier, she works recruiting with transfer students. She also works with our dual education programs. She is a great resource to go to. So if you want to use your credit, we do need that official transcript sent from the institution where you are taking the classes. AP credit and IB credit, we do accept as well. And you'll find those links on that resource page that I sent out. With AP credits, typically we're looking for 3, 4s, and 5s. And that resource page will show you how that credit can come into Clemson. And then we'll talk at summer orientation about should you use that credit. There is difference between having credit for calculus BC and say AP psychology. You know, some credits, yeah, a 3 is perfectly fine, let's use it. Other courses, let's have a one-on-one conversation as to should you use the credit, when did you take the class, is this a good idea? We don't want you necessarily using credit that's not going to help you. In fact, it may hinder you because maybe you took AP Calculus as a junior, you didn't take any math your senior year. It's not a good idea to go directly into Calc 2 as a freshman. So that's a case where we'll have a heart-to-heart discussion. Same policy goes with IB, but for IB, we do need the higher level exams. We do not accept standard level. We'll take a little pause right here just to remind you that we are recording this session. Cassidy and Karen, everything looking okay so far? Thumbs up if you, excellent, thank you, okay. And I'm gonna turn the background off. No, I'm not, because I can't find it right now. Okay, so in general engineering, the whole purpose of that first year is to give you time to learn more about the different disciplines we offer, work with your advisor, work with your professors, tell them about what you think you want to do career-wise, not so much what major you want, but what you want to do later on in life. Are you thinking about med school or law school? Do you want to work in the pharmaceutical industry? Do you want to make medical equipment? The more you tell us about what your interests are, the better job our team can do advising you as to what major or majors are a great way to get there. So don't be afraid to share about what those interests are. Now, in addition to your regular classes, we have programs you can attend to help you learn more. Meet the Majors we had in the fall. These sessions were held by our General Engineering Advising Center. Industry Night was hosted by our Clemson Society for Women Engineers. Major Discovery Night is hosted by General Engineering. And with all these sessions, we're bringing in alumni, upperclassmen, industry reps, and professionals within these fields to talk to students about what they do and how they do it. And it's a time for you to ask questions and learn about what's out there and what more you can be doing while you're still in school to better prepare you. We also have an optional class our students can take called Engineering 1000. That meets twice a week, 1 hour at a time for 6 weeks. And the sole purpose of that class is to help you learn more about the 10 different disciplines that we do offer. So on your screen, you are looking at our 10 undergraduate engineering disciplines. Let's get the cursor here. Bioengineering in the top left, about 90% of the country refers to it as biomedical engineering. Essentially, it is the same thing. All 10 disciplines, electrical and computer are 2 different disciplines. They're just both within the same department. But all 10 of these disciplines are fully ABET accredited. That is the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technologies. All 10 disciplines are offered as a bachelor's, a master's, as well as a PhD. Some also have options where it's not just a Master of Science, but also a Master of Engineering. All 10 disciplines offer an accelerated 5-year bachelor's master's path. So if you do want your bachelor's and your master's in the same discipline, there is a 5-year path you can take and accelerate that by 1 year. And you do not have to declare that until the beginning of your junior year at Clemson. So you have time to figure out, do I want a master's? Do I want it right away? What should it be in? Should I do a 4+2 or 4+1? There's time to figure that out. So 10 undergraduate disciplines at Clemson. Now, to enter these 10 disciplines, 2 things have to happen by the end of your freshman year. And this is how our students move into the field that they want. 1, you have to complete the first year curriculum, and that is a must. And that is through taking the classes here, utilizing AP credit, IB credit, transfer credit. You have to complete that first year. Second, you have to meet the minimum GPA for the major that you want. So these numbers here that you're seeing, those are the minimum GPAs for those particular disciplines. And when I say minimum, that is the minimum. We do prefer higher than that, but a 2.0 GPA will get you into biosystems. A 2.6 will get you into mechanical and civil. Bioengineering is a 3.0. Once you have the curriculum and the GPA, you are now a student in that major. No reapplying, no interviews, no seat capacity issues, no other hurdles to deal with. And that does differ quite a bit from some other institutions across the country. I'm not saying that they're wrong and we're right. That's just the way we operate. So at Clemson, to get into the major that you want, curriculum, GPA, you're in the major. So as part of general engineering that first year, these are not strictly lecture classes. You are in classes of about 45 or less. You work on assignments together, you work on projects together, measurement. You're up and moving around. You're working together with your teammates. You sit in rooms with round tables. You have about 6 or 7 students at a table. You help each other out. If you have a question, ask your table first. If the table is stuck, we also have upperclassmen, about 2 or 3. They're called undergraduate teaching assistants. They are in there with the professor. The Utahs will come help you if the table is stuck. And certainly the professor will help as well. So we want you to learn to work together, to trust each other, help each other out. This is not a cutthroat program. You are not competing for a seat in a particular major against your table mates. You're working together. So we want you to work and collaborate, because you will be as engineers. So help each other out, trust each other. Some students may have never used Excel before, while some of you may have numerous Excel certificates. Help each other out. That's what we want. So advising is a very, very important part of how we operate. All students that freshman year in general engineering are advised by our General Engineering Advising Center. We have a team of 7 full-time advisors. All that they do is work with you. So if it is a question about picking a major, maybe a policy on dropping a class, you have homework questions, to I hate my roommate, I'm homesick, I'm ready to leave Clemson, sit down and talk with your advisor. And let's tackle these issues before they get out of control. That's all they do, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. And even in the current environment where we are all working remotely from campus, our advisors are still having advising sessions with students. You know, we are adapting to the current situation. So your advisors are there for you. They care about you, as we all do. Never be afraid to reach out to your advisor or your professors if you need help with something. So 2 of our numerous support programs are Peer and WISE. Peer is primarily for minority students within the college. WISE is for our women students. And on your screen, you can see all the different things that Peer and WISE offer their students. Now, you may not be a minority student, or you might not be a female. That's perfectly fine. If Peer and WISE are doing something that you can benefit from, go to their offices, ask for a mentor. They also have a beautiful study hall. They offer their own set of tutoring services. Anything Peer and WISE, anything they're doing, anybody is welcome to use. So don't be afraid to reach out to Peer and WISE if you like what they're up to. We do have a residence hall program called RISE, Residence in Science and Engineering. And the RISE office has been holding some Zoom sessions like this as well. You can always go to their website, which was on that resource sheet that I referenced. And Cassidy and Karen, have y'all uploaded that file yet? If you don't, we're gonna upload that file to the chat just in case somebody didn't get it or forgot to print it out. Their link is on that resource page. RISE is an environment where you're living together with other freshmen, engineering, computing, and some of our physical science students as well. We cluster you together in the same sections of your core classes. We have upperclassmen come in 5 nights a week to offer in-house tutoring. We have a makerspace, classroom space, study lounge. Faculty members have offices over in RISE. It is a great place to be that freshman year as you are entering into a pretty challenging discipline. Just had a text message here. If you just go ahead and send it out, please. So we want you to be in the best environment possible. Personally, I think RISE is a good thing. For some of our students who might be from out of state, you might be the only one from your school coming to Clemson. So RISE is going to help break the ice a little bit, make that transition a little bit easier. just because you're in an environment with students with similar interests, hopefully similar study habits. You know, if you're working on homework and you're stuck, talk to your roommate, talk to your hallmates. If it's Sunday through Thursday, go downstairs because upperclassmen are going to be there to help out. So do check out the RISE website, attend one of their Zoom sessions, and if you think RISE is a good fit for you, definitely check them out. Some of our students are interested in honors. About half of the students who are part of honors are from our college. And you can be in honors as an engineering student. You can do anything as an honors student. Honors has a beautiful, relatively brand new living learning community, a new residence hall. You can live there all 4 years. Now you can't be in RISE and also live in honors, but you can live in RISE and be part of the honors college. You can see all the benefits of honors. You know, if it's something that you're looking for, if you think honors is a good fit for you, apply for honors when the time comes. If you apply for honors and you don't get in, you can apply every semester up until the beginning of your junior year while you're at Clemson. So don't be afraid to apply to honors. Global engagement, study abroad. We've had several hundred students in the past study all around the world, engineering students. We have global engagement opportunities that are Clemson faculty led. We have exchange programs. We have our programs through a global E3. You can do research abroad, service, you can volunteer. If you want to go abroad, you can do it at Clemson, and you can do it as an engineering student. You can take just about any class abroad, and again, even engineering classes. These programs can last maybe a spring break, they could be a complete semester, a complete summer. The sooner you let us know that you're thinking about studying abroad, the better we can do finding that right place and that right class that you're looking for. At the bottom of the screen, you're seeing logos for Creative Inquiry, Engineers Without Borders, and Clemson Engineers for Developing Countries. These are more humanitarian and volunteer groups where you're utilizing your skills for the betterment of a community. So you're not taking an actual class for credit, but maybe you're going down to the Caribbean for a summer and you're building a clean water system, or you're going to Haiti and helping to rebuild infrastructure after the earthquake of several years ago. So these are more volunteer, humanitarian, I'm utilizing my skills type programs, whereas a global engagement class is actually a class that you're taking for credit. Again, there's a link on that resource page we sent out, and the sooner you let us know you want to study abroad, the better we can do mapping that into your four-year program. Co-ops and internships. For our college, College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences, co-ops and internships are not required. Now, based upon what your goals are, they could be a very valuable use of your time. If you are looking at going directly into the workforce or applying for a graduate degree that encourages work experience, let's consider a co-op or an internship. Clemson has the #1 career services program in the nation. Our Center for Career and Professional Development is located over in the Hendrick Student Center. Check them out. And they are up and running virtually as well. So co-ops and internships are not required, but let's see if it's going to benefit you. Co-ops at Clemson are 3 semesters full-time with the same company. Engineering students who want to co-op, they start the summer after their sophomore year, the spring of their junior year, and then the fall of their first senior year. So you're away from campus for 3 semesters. 2 of those are going to be during academic terms. When you're co-oping, you're not paying tuition, you're not taking classes. If you are receiving any scholarships from Clemson or the state of South Carolina, for instance, Palmetto Fellows or Life Scholarship, that money is put on hold. You're not going to lose that money. So you are now looking at a 5-year program, but you're still only paying for 4 years, and you still have scholarships for 4 years. Co-oping, you stay with the same company for all 3 rotations, and depending upon who you're co-oping with, they may rotate you around the country or around the world. So that's a question you'll want to ask during the co-op fairs. They are paid, and some companies do even cover your housing. So you may end up making money during a co-op. Regardless, that experience that you gain over that year is what's going to look great on your resume and better prepare you. Our Career Center has 2 co-op fairs a year, as well as 2 career fairs. We bring in hundreds of companies, students who want to do internships. Not as many engineers do internships, but if that's right for you, that's what you do. There's more flexibility. You could do 5 internships with 5 different companies. You could do internship part-time, or maybe you just do them in the summer. There's more flexibility. Again, do what's best for you. Again, these programs are not required, but highly recommended based upon what your goals are. Now, you don't have the view book in front of you, but if you click the link on the resource sheet, it will take you to the online view book. It has a listing of all the different minors we have available to our students. We have over, I think we're right at 98 at this point. So if you want to complement your degree with a minor in chemistry, cybersecurity, political science, business, turf grass, music, theater, 98 different things you can do. You can pursue a minor for fun. You can add a minor to your program if that's going to make you more marketable. If you're thinking about med school, maybe you do a minor in genetics or biology. You do what's best for you. Typically, these minors are 5 to 6 additional classes on top of your regular 4-year degree. Now, depending upon what the major is and what the minor is, there might be a little overlap. Sometimes AP and IB credit can count towards a minor. It just depends on what you're doing. But the sooner you tell us you're thinking about a minor in something, the sooner we can start mapping out those courses and getting them incorporated into your 4-year program. This is a challenging discipline that you're looking at. That's just the nature of engineering. But we want you to do more than just go to class 5 days a week. We want you to have fun. We want you to try new things. If you want to be in the marching band, if you want to pursue ROTC, if you want to be a dancer, if you want to study abroad, if you want to help build Habitat for Humanity homes, do it. There are hundreds and hundreds of clubs and organizations on campus. Don't feel like because you're an engineering student that you can't do anything else. If you can manage your time well, remember what you're here for, remember what's going to pay the bills when you graduate, you do or as much or as little as you want. Remember that Clemson will be your home away from home for 4 to 5 years. So make sure we have what you're looking for. Our students do everything that non-engineering and computing students do. Again, it's just healthy time management. So don't be afraid to do more than just go to class 5 days a week. So we are going to give you more homework in addition to what your schools are probably throwing at you. Check out that resource page I sent. Click those links. That will take you directly to the websites for those particular areas. If you have any follow-up questions after this session wraps up, my email is there on the bottom of your screen. That website is for prospective students, and that's also very helpful for admitted students who are making final decisions. For juniors, if you like what you see today, if we're a good fit, August 1, that application goes online. For seniors, if we're a good fit, we would like you to let us know something by May 1st, get that deposit in. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
There's a lot of really good questions, and I apologize to you guys that I haven't had time to respond to. It looks like Brennan and Cassidy and I are just frantically trying to respond. And I apologize to someone. I was replying to you instead of everyone a minute ago, so I'm gonna have to go pull those out and resend them. Yeah, there's a lot of questions about AP, a lot of questions about housing, RISE versus honors. So if you want to address maybe those generically.
Okay, I'll tackle the AP first. Really with AP, you'll want to send all of your official scores to Clemson. Those will come from the College Board. At summer orientation, whether it's virtual, if we do online orientation or in place, we're going to have one-on-one conversations with you about all of your AP credit. And we're going to look at everything that you have and then talk about each credit and discuss, is this a good idea to use or not? Some students bring a lot of credit but decide not to use it. Some students use all of their credit. Some have no AP credit. Makes advising really easy. We're going to do what's best for you, but we'll have those conversations one-on-one. If you do use credit, what we simply do is shift in a class from the next semester to make sure you're still taking a full load of courses, but we'll talk to you about all the options that you have. Residence halls, that's a personal decision. When you go to sign up for housing, you're going to see what all of your options are based upon when you applied and what your other interests are. You live where it's best for you. But I will say, again, I think RISE is a good thing, but look at all the residence halls that you're eligible for and pick the one which is best for you.
And can I answer some more questions, Chris?
Oh, you just
a
froze
lot
up
of
on
questions about.
So some of these questions you may need to send to me via email, and we'll get those answered. But we'll keep going here. And if anybody needs to leave early, thank you for attending. We do have a bioengineering session starting at what time, Cassidy?
1:30.
1:30. So if you want to attend that bioengineering session, that'll be firing up in about 20 minutes.
Come talk to me again.
Okay. I'm going to try and hit some of these scholarships that are coming up. Scholarships right now, everything is coming from admissions and financial aid. Those would be the offices to reach out to. That's always how scholarships have worked at Clemson. Manageable to have a minor on top of engineering? Absolutely. Depending upon what the major and minor are, it can be very easy. Some of our electrical engineering students want to minor in math. Well, they take so many math classes, they just have to take one more math class to have that math minor. But it just depends on what two areas you're looking at. Mechanical engineering Zoom meeting, I don't see one available yet. We are meeting with all the departments on Monday to try and get these set up, and we'll get them advertised.
In the bioengineering Zoom, someone was asking for the link. It's dropped into the chat. It is not the same page as this one, so you'll have to exit this one and then use that link. So like copy and paste it separately. And someone did ask a question about sorority and fraternity life and whether that's manageable. It definitely is. I was in a sorority and I have a bunch of friends who were in various levels of Greek life or other clubs or things like that. So you can definitely manage it if it's something that's important to you.
Specific type of computer, probably early May, the university will put out laptop recommendations. The college as a whole, we are both Mac and PC friendly. We have no preference. A couple of years ago, Mechanical said they only wanted students using PCs, Windows. So I would wait until those guidelines come out in early May. So please hold off on any purchases of computers until you find out where you're going and until those recommendations are posted. That website is laptop.clemson.edu. Entrepreneurship and engineering, I think it's a great combination. Again, it just depends on what your goals are. It could work wonderfully.
Someone asked me why I chose Clemson. I'm an out-of-state student, so I'm actually from Tampa, Florida, and I have family up in kind of the Carolinas area. And when I was looking at different colleges, they said, why don't you check out Clemson? So I did, and it felt like home so quickly. I felt welcome before I even stepped on campus. Some of the students that were working at off-campus locations I met first, and they showed me where I was going the next day for my tour, told me how much they loved it. And it really just kind of felt like a family, as cliche as that sounds. So that's what sealed the deal.
I also want to say, I hope everybody is adjusting well to this, hopefully not too long normal that we're all going through. I hope your families are doing well, everybody's healthy, you're adjusting to online coursework and such. We hope to be back on campus soon. I'm ready to be back on campus. The virtual space behind me here is actually the lobby of Holtzendorf Hall, where our tours normally start. But this is just a real nice study area for our students, and there are wings off on both directions. It's just a nice, relaxing space for you to study in between classes or during the morning, afternoon, evening. Upperclassmen actually have daytime tutoring hours over here for students. So I decided to kind of show this off as much as I could.
Dr. Porter, is there a difference between Burns and Lever for RISE? And on that note, I'm also going to leave to go to my other meeting, but that is a question that was asked, I think, a couple times that we missed. So
thank you, Cassidy. So Burns and Lever are both part of RISE. They are two residence halls side by side. The room layout, everything is the same except for some of the spaces on the bottom levels. One has the maker space, one has the classroom space. But if you're part of RISE, you can use both of all the amenities. That's the only difference, but again, you can use both. Sending in test scores, send us all of your test scores. We're always going to look through those to find the best combination. If you apply to us August 1 juniors, and then you retake the SAT later on in the fall, just send the new scores to us. Admissions will update your application if your test scores went up. If you wait till the end of April to commit, everything's the same. Everyone will have until May 1 to make up their mind regardless. And I am a firm believer that everybody needs to go to the place which is best for them. If it's not Clemson, it's not Clemson. You go where you're going to be happiest. Go to the place which is going to best prepare you for life after graduation. Alex is asking, can you start your own club? Absolutely. On that page was a link to student organizations. Typically, you just need about 5 or 6 other people to form that club, and there you go. RISE has never filled up all the way, and I'm knocking on plastic here. I would encourage you to follow up with RISE just to see, but we've never hit full capacity for the RISE program. Yes, we are looking at other engineering Zoom meetings. We have a meeting set up on Monday with different departments. We're trying to get as much content online, both live and recorded. If you cannot make a session, we are recording everything. And our plan is to then upload all of these to the college's YouTube channel. That way you can view all these sessions plus all the other videos that the college has out. Class sizes, great question, Jacob. So your first year in general engineering, your largest class is typically your chemistry lecture, that chemistry 1010. The lecture portion can get to maybe 125 with the labs around 25. Engineering, we cap at 40. The rest of your classes, I would say about 60 or less. Things will change when you move into your actual major as a sophomore, but you're never looking at required classes of 300 and 400 people. We don't have those. We don't want those. Looks like Alex has a gaming club. He's pitching already. Karen, have I missed any big ones at all?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, a lot are asking very specific questions, so I'm trying to answer those directly to the student. A lot of people are asking about the difference in RISE and honors, and you may have answered that while I was typing all these answers.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to answer Kate's iPhone 6. So yeah, if you want to switch to another STEM major, as long as you're in good academic standing, just about any major on campus will be happy to have you. There are some majors at Clemson that are very restricted on their enrollment, only a handful. But the other STEM majors outside of, say, nursing and health sciences will be happy to have you as long as you're in good academic standing. And this is a reason to sit down and talk with your advisor first. Let's find out why you're wanting to change majors. If it's because you made a C on a physics test, that's not a reason to leave engineering. You know, let's sit down and figure out first why you made that C. But if you do want to make that switch, let's sit down and have a conversation first, and then we can get you moved over. And we're happy to move you if that's a better major for you. So if you are looking at our computing programs like computer science and computer information systems, you're actually admitted directly into those majors. So you would put that as your first major of choice on the admissions application, and you start directly in the School of Computing. Is it easy for students to pursue classes in 2 different schools? Yes, you can be an engineering student and take business classes, as long as they're not restricted to non-business majors. But we do have the business minor, economics, financial studies, entrepreneurship, numerous business-related minors.
And I'm seeing a lot of the same questions about changing majors. I guess students are nervous about starting out as an engineering student. If you're looking at different majors, starting as an engineering student is helpful because you can always change out of that major into a different major. Changing your major once you become an engineering student at Clemson is based on your Clemson GPA. Certain majors do require that you have a certain Clemson GPA to change your major. But you would be assigned, as Dr. Porter mentioned earlier, you have a advisor when you come in as a general engineering student or as a computer science student. You have an advisor, and if you tell them halfway through, I don't enjoy engineering, I think I want to be a math major, business major, they can help you work towards that goal until they help you transition over into that major, and then you'll get a new advisor in that major. So sorry to answer that, and hopefully you all love engineering and you won't want to change, but I have seen that question sent to me directly by a couple people, so yeah.
There was a question regarding automotive engineering as a bachelor's. At this time, there is not an undergrad program in automotive engineering. It is offered as a master's as well as a PhD. We do have an automotive engineering certificate program. And that is a certificate you can take your junior and senior year. It's a series of 6 classes that are open to any engineering student of any engineering discipline. And those 6 classes also apply towards the master's degree if you want to continue on. So there's a little bit of way to do some automotive engineering as an undergraduate student, but not a full-blown degree at this point. Let's see here. There's
and
a question.
Aerospace.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, I thought you were going to. Go ahead.
You.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. There's a question about orientation. Please visit the orientation link in that resource page. They will have any updates about is orientation going to be online or in person. Can you take engineering classes abroad? Not currently. I hope that we are back to offering study abroad and global engagement during the fall term. But the university recalled all students about a month ago. At this time, we are not authorizing any study abroad programs for our students, and that's university-wide. Hopefully, things will get back to normal for the fall term. Internship programs, I recommend visiting the Center for Career for Professional Development on that link I provided on the resource page. It will show you everything that we have to offer there. And again, we are looking to get more content online and put together. The university and the college does have a YouTube channel where we're putting together some playlists of different campus videos. We don't have a really good virtual tour at this point, but we are putting some pretty nice content up there for students to look at to get a better feel of what campus life is like. And we have about 5 minutes left. And again, if any questions pop up later on, or if any questions did not get answered, shoot me an email and we'll get those addressed. Zoom meetings, university as a whole, yes. I believe admissions is hosting some, and they're probably going to chime in with an answer in an email or a link here any second, but yes, there are going to be some general sessions. And there we go. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for joining us today. If there are any questions that you have, feel free to send them to us, and enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take care.